and welcome to the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another fun episode filled with all kinds of cool people talking about all kinds of cool things. Well, yeah, we're coming up towards the end of October. Here comes my favorite holiday, Halloween. So we've got a few guests in to talk about that, and then, of course, a few guests that aren't. But we're going to start our show out today with Jerome Volunteer Fire Department's Chief Rusty Blair. He's in to talk about the 44th annual Jerome Halloween Bash that is a fundraiser for the fire department. It is amazing, way too much fun. They're big fundraiser. You can't miss it. Standing room only, people standing outside waiting to get in, great entertainment. So you're going to hear all the skinny on that in just a few. Then we'll talk with Clarkdale Police Sergeant Nicole Florisi. She's here to talk about safe Halloween tips. I know we've been hearing it since we were kids, but times are a-changing. There's some new things you might want to think about. And of course, she's been on the force for a long time and knows a few things we don't probably know. So she's going to fill us in on that. Then we're going to talk with Friends of the Verde River. We're going to talk with Laura Jones. She's the Community Engagement Coordinator. With her is Ben Kowaleski. He is the Habitat Restoration Coordinator. They're here to talk about the Wild and Scenic Film Festival that is coming up at the end of the month. That is an amazing, amazing event that they're putting on. Really creates an awareness for our wild waters in this area. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our sponsors, Cat and Verde Links, to the Verde Valley Homeless Coalition's Drop-In Center. Brand new, just been under operation for a few months now. We're going to talk with the director, Raina Avalon, about all the things that they do and all the things that they need at the Homeless Drop-In Center. So that's a really, really interesting segment. Then we'll have music from a wonderful folk duo. These guys are awesome. Two Hand Union. Absolutely, two beautiful people making beautiful melodies and singing beautiful music. It makes me cry every time. I really hope they don't make me cry today. I really do, fingers crossed, so excuse me if I'm crying later. I'll just get that out there now. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have with us Chief Rusty Blair from the Jerome Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you for rolling down the hill today.
Well, thanks, Jen, for having me. You pretty much covered everything at the beginning, so I guess we're good.
No. Now we get to elaborate on the amazingness of it.
Yeah, this year's band's going to be the Naughty Bits. It's a cash-only event. It does bring in quite a significant amount of money for our volunteers. It's the auxiliary that actually puts it on, but it helps facilitate getting us uniforms and providing stuff for our volunteers to keep them enthusiastic.
Right, sure. Well, it takes a lot of money to run a fire department.
Yes, it does.
So it's got to come from somewhere, and this is a great way
and
to
this
raise money.
It's more of the extras that they get. So last year's function helped facilitate us buying a new floor. So we put in a new floor in the station. So
well, that's very nice. Yeah. What kind of turnout did you have last year?
It was right around, with people coming and going, it ended up about 500 people went through the door.
500 people. Yeah, so, wow, that little town must just swell to bursting.
It rocks.
2 weeks from now. Absolutely. I hear people book a year in advance to stay up in Jerome just to come to this event.
Yeah, if you don't have it a year in advance, you don't get to stay up there, and you're having to get a cab down to Cottonwood or wherever you're staying. So.
There you go. I didn't know they had cabs up in Jerome.
Well, they don't. They come up from down in
we
the
have
valley.
to bring them up. Oh my gosh! So everybody benefits on that weekend. Well, when's it happening? It's happening on Saturday, October 27th.
That's correct.
Yeah, which is super.
Doors open at I believe 8, and we. We'll party till 1 o'clock. Hopefully we won't get called out for any incidents during the event because we still have the staff for an event of any kind of incident.
Right. So. You tell everybody in Jerome they have to lay low that night if they're not coming to the party because you're busy.
Right. And please drink responsibly.
Absolutely.
So,
oh my gosh, yes, call that cab from the Verde Valley up.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and but we do encourage people to be safe and
yeah, absolutely. Well, the band couldn't be better. Great choice. The Naughty Bits. Look them up. Naughty Bits. They're way too much fun on their own. Crazy group of guys. I've been trying to get them in here forever, and they're just so busy that I can't get them in here. But it's a great band. Of course, there's costume contests.
Yes, we actually as of right now have a first, second, third prize. Typically, sometimes we end up with fourth and fifth. Usually a room and some meals.
Nice.
This year, so far we got the surgeon's quarters, the Grand Hotel, the Asylum, and we usually get the Connor, and so
Oh, yeah.
and so there's some really nice gifts. We
Nice.
do all just certificates anymore because they're a lot easier than trying to make baskets and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
that is true. That's
But
true.
we start handing out the prizes for third prize at the first break, and then
Right.
second at the second break, and then first at the last break. So
Nice. Well, that's super. So it's $15 if you're by yourself to
Yep.
get in. It's $25 if you're a couple. Of course, you can give them more because it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So if we ever feel so moved to give more at the door.
yeah, we won't turn it down.
we won't. Now, here's the interesting thing: the capacity for Spook Hall, which is where it's being held, Spook Hall on the 27th. The capacity is how many people?
350.
Only 350.
So typically we do not reach occupancy, because people coming and going. But still, we get about 500 people go through the door all together.
So if they all show up at once, there's 150 people standing outside waiting to get in.
Yeah. So it does spread out through the night, so everybody gets a chance to get in. There's only been one time in the past where we had a line waiting outside in between, but if you leave, you got to wait to get back in. So just know that.
Sure, don't leave for anything. Absolutely.
Unless you're ready to go home.
And don't forget your ID. Very important. You got to have your ID when you come to the door.
21 and older.
There you go.
So.
Okay, so that's happening Saturday, October 27th. That's at Spook Hall. Doors open at 8. Music starts at 9, and it goes all the way till 1 a.m. Costume contest, all kind of stuff. Fundraiser for the Jerome Fire Department Auxiliary. What are you looking forward to purchasing this year?
Oh, well.
Huge list.
Yeah, it's typically the uniforms take up a significant amount of money. I want to build a couple storage sheds for some of our gear that we got that is extra. We get a lot of medical gears like wheelchairs and crutches and walkers and stuff that we keep on hand for the locals when they need them. So if they need something, they just call us up and we get it to them. So
So you need a shed for all those things, or a couple of sheds.
Yep. So.
Okay, and uniforms. And what else? What's on the wanted list? Maybe a little low on the list because, priorities, but.
Well, it's usually, some of it goes for the direct TV and stuff to keep the guys, they can come up and watch football and stuff like that. So, and then we do a business meeting and we provide pizza for that.
Oh,
so,
nice. Well, there you go. And you got to have the money for that.
Right.
So that's an excellent thing. Got to keep everybody happy. It's a volunteer.
Yeah,
fire
when
department.
you're asking them to work for free, it's good for them to have a few extras that they can come in and take advantage of. So.
Now, and it's not just Jerome. Your radius of service covers a lot. You end up towards Clarkdale, you end up over the hill there above you for traffic accidents. You cover a lot of square miles.
Yeah, we go all the way out past Perkinsville, and then top of the mountain we'll go out Allen Springs Road, wherever they call us, so.
Right, and I like that it's interesting. Jerome is what, 9 square miles, and yet you have how many square miles of service area?
Yeah, it's, I think, about 200 square miles we cover.
200 square miles for a little 9 mile. That's just amazing. What would happen if nobody volunteered?
Well, the service would go down significantly.
It would just be you.
Yeah, and it's the bigger the incident, it's harder to manage. We do have mutual aid agreements with all the other agencies, but it takes a bit of time for them to get up there. So typically 15-20 minutes we can be on our own, and depending upon the location. So. It's imperative that we do, keep these volunteers and happy, so that they'll continue to volunteer for us. And
absolutely.
We've been really successful in managing to keep volunteers, so we hope to help continue that tradition till it's no longer feasible because of the lack of volunteerism.
Sure.
So.
Okay, so let's keep that rolling. If they have interest in being a volunteer fireman, they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, you either have to live in Jerome or work in Jerome in order to be a member of the volunteer fire department.
Because you have to be available.
Well, it's your response times would be really slow if you're coming from Cottonwood or whatever. But we do allow people to come up if they have certifications for EMS or fire to come up and play with us on our training nights, which is Thursdays, like tonight. So
fun stuff. Oh my gosh, we got to let you go because you got to train. So Saturday, October 27th, the 44th annual Jerome Halloween Dance. Amazing. Raises money for the Jerome Fire Department Auxiliary. If you can't make it to the dance and you want to make a donation, go to jeromefd.org. You'll see it there. There's a link there, all kinds of swag you can get from the auxiliary. Check it out. Support a wonderful group of men. Thank you, Chief Rusty Blair, for being here.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Jan.
what you do.
It's always great to see you.
It is. And we have more of the experience coming at you, so don't go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Clarkdale Police Sergeant Nicole Florisi. She's here to talk about Halloween. Oh my gosh, that's gotta be, is that a crazy night for you guys?
It definitely can be, but it's also one of the most fun. Obviously in Clarkdale, we have an amazing Halloween event, the Safe Trick-or-Treating in Upper Town. And where we close off the streets and give kids a safe area where they can do that.
Nice.
From 5 to 7, so that's really awesome.
All right.
I'm really happy to work that,
What part of the streets do you close off?
Main Street and First South and some First North in Upper Town.
All right.
And then there's a lot of stuff at the gazebo. There's a costume contest at 5:30. And then it's a good time. It's probably my favorite event that we do.
Oh, how fun. How long is that? How many annual is that, do you know?
I don't.
It's been going on forever.
It's been going on as far as I can remember, and so I've been out here for 16 years. So
oh my gosh.
As far as I remember back, yeah.
Well, that's great. So there you go, October 31st from 5 to 7. Make your way down to the Main Street area in Clarkdale for some safe trick-or-treating. What makes it safe?
Well, first of all, the roads are closed off, so we don't have vehicle traffic through there. Obviously, a huge concern on Halloween is, pedestrian traffic, and if people can see the kids, it's safer to trick-or-treat in daylight. However, we know that sometimes the kids go into the night, so it's really important if they have flashlights so they can be seen, or at least some reflective clothing on them. It's also safe because it's a contained environment, so parents usually know where their kids are going.
True.
It's age appropriate. We prefer people don't bring pets because not all pets can deal with that kind of crowded behavior. So we encourage people not to do that. We encourage them to bring a flashlight. Just make sure everything's copacetic.
Well, that makes sense. All the normal stuff. Everyone should wear something reflective. I remember the days when they would pass out those little reflective bands or little stickers or bags or something reflective, because costumes, a lot of them are black, and then the kids disappear. Of course, not taking your dogs. Now, I've been trick-or-treating forever, and then I take my daughter. Somebody's always got the dog dressed up, and I always feel bad for the dog. What are some of the reasons why we shouldn't bring our dog trick-or-treating?
Well, usually the environment is a bit chaotic, not all dogs are accustomed to that level of noise, that number of people, and some of them get a little frightened. And even the most well-behaved dog, under certain circumstances, can become fearful and bite. And then if the people aren't controlling them appropriately, like they don't have a tight enough grip on the leash, or, you know, as well as I do, little kids sometimes just walk up and want to pet dogs.
Sure.
And the dogs aren't really bad at all. They're well-behaved other areas, but they're just, you know, a little more fearful. And so they might get, you know, kid might get fear bit and stuff like that. And so it's just safer all around,
Right.
especially if somebody's not doing it in an area where the vehicle, the roads aren't closed off.
Right.
You know, if they don't have a good grip on the leash, and then the kids are playing around with the dog, and then the dog gets in the street, you know, when there's vehicle traffic. So it's better to just leave your pet at home.
Just leave him home. Plus, the poor dog, you know, he's got zombies and Frankenstein walking up all night long.
Right.
If I was a dog, I'd be scared to death. So leave the dog home. We have that established. Now, back in the day, you know, we had to start worrying about what was in our candy bags. Now that hasn't changed, even though what's in the candy bags has. So what kind of advice do you have for parents when their kids got this giant bag full of stuff before they eat anything?
We encourage children to let their parents go through it, of course. Best practice would be don't eat anything that's open. Like everything that's unopened, like of course, you know, with Snickers and Certs and all that kind of stuff, they're in closed packages. We prefer that's what kids eat. If it's open, it would be better if they didn't. Some people get fruit and stuff like that, or baked goods. There can be a concern. It's not because that person's a bad person, but you know as well as I do, if somebody's hands are into something, who knows what could happen. So it's important that parents actually check the candy. But we all know it's kind of most of it's eaten, like whether trick-or-treating.
You get home and you're like, how's your bag empty? And they're like, I ate it all, my tummy hurts. It's like, but I didn't get to check it. So you kind of have to really keep an eye on your kids when you're trick-or-treating. That's another thing. They can take off. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a new place for candy. So hang on to your kids.
Yeah, that's really important. I mean, another thing is just actually kids going with parents age appropriately. Of course, a little bit older kids don't need that. But, you know, sometimes even in a safe environment, parents think, you know, hey, I can just let my kid go. This is a contained environment. It's closed. They can just go up. But it's still crowded. And every year, you know, usually there's one kid that gets separated from the parents. They're always reunited. But it's usually just kind of lost in the crowd. Eye on them for a minute and then they're gone because they just get enveloped by the crowd. So
absolutely. And you know all those movies with the scenes where mom picks up, you know, the mummy boy and is walking away. It turns out it's not her mummy boy.
Right.
It's somebody else's kid dressed in the same costume. So that's got to happen too. All of a sudden they're like, you're not my mom. What happened? They pull their mask off. You're like, who are you?
You know, some of the more stricter rules that they actually advise are no masks. And when you have the wigs on, they go so far as to say, like, make sure it's not flammable. Yeah. Because a lot of that material, you know, is and goes up pretty quick.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And if you're going to carry guns, you know, toy guns, make sure they look like toys. You know, there's something orange on them. They're of a flexible material. It's really not appropriate to carry anything that really looks similar to a firearm.
And that is really true, and even more so now that we're really heightened awareness of that. Of course, these replicas look exactly like real guns or real knives or real weapons, and not really the smartest thing having your kid walk around with something that looks like a real weapon. That has to be a bit of a nightmare for you guys that night.
It can be. I mean, we've been very lucky overall, but that we prefer not to rely on luck, you know. So basically, it would be better if they didn't. And even on the adult side, you know, a lot of the bars, they don't allow anything that looks like, you know, weapons, people are mandated to take their masks off. They can't be in the bar without it, you know. So even as it steps up just to the adult version, there's safety, you know, involved. So that's something to consider too.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you forget the adults wear costumes too, and no weapons on the adults either. Yeah. Oh, too fun. And now, any other tips for a safe Halloween? We've got stick together, age appropriately, watch your kids. Kids should go in groups too, even if they're teenagers, they need to go in groups. Costume safety, the flammability, the masks, the weapons, of course, candy safety. What are we missing? The dogs?
Dogs and flashlights. It's always good to have a flashlight and something reflective. I mean, there's probably a million other things we could add to that list.
Oh my gosh.
Those are kind of the basics, you know, to make sure that kids are safe. And one thing, if you're going to let your kids go, it would be best if they had a cell phone with them so you know where they're at and you can always get a hold of them. But we all know that's not always, you know, it won't always work. So technology does fail on occasion.
That's true. We do have some cellular dead spots around here. But when your kid's walking in the dead zone collecting candy this year. But send them over to Clarkdale because it's a safe trick-or-treating event from 5 to 7 on Main Street. Main Street's going to be closed off. do you guys go and have a presence down there and get to watch the trick-or-treating?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's my favorite. I love to look at all the little kids in their costumes.
Oh, I love little kids in costumes.
Yeah, so we're usually walking around. Sometimes we're manning some of the street closures and giving out candy or bracelets or stickers or something like that, along with, you know, the fire department and everything. So it's a good time, you know, and we get to, it's more fun to be roving, I'll tell you, than you get to walk everywhere and see all the costumes. So.
That is true. That is true. Sergeant, thank you so much for sitting with us and talking about Safe Halloween. I can tell it's one of your favorite holidays, just like mine. So.
That's awesome.
Now, if you want some more information, you can always get a hold of the Clarkdale Police Department. If you want some more information about the Main Street event, you can go to clarkdale.az.gov. That'll get you to the police if you look under the subjects there. And of course, the event that's going on, you got to take part in that. Clarkdale's such a beautiful town. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Paul Stanley here with Stanley Steel Structures. We offer shade structures that provide style, value, and performance. Our Equinox louvered roof opens and closes to give you the ultimate patio experience. We also offer Alumawood shade covers that looks like wood but lasts like steel and never needs painting or maintenance. Visit us at StanleySteelStructures.com. Contact us today and be covered tomorrow. Stanley Steel Structures. Let us add some space to your place.
I call you and say, I'm with your son. There's been an accident and he's in jail. He needs bail money, and you actually believe me. So you send cash fast and then bye-bye. Think you're too smart to fall for this? Just last year, 150 million Americans weren't. 1 out of 3 of your neighbors lost $500. Can you believe it? You shouldn't. I made that up too. Maybe you will believe everything you're told.
Northern Arizona Mortgage Corporation is your local choice for personalized home loans, and they've been doing it since 1986. They help home buyers obtain FHA, VA, USDA guaranteed rural housing, and conventional loans. From start to finish, they offer a safe in-person application process with licensed loan originators. Contact Shelley White Collier at northernArizonaMortgage.com or call 634-4251. Visit their office, located at 707 East Mingus, Suite 601, Cottonwood.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We now have with us 2 friends of the Verde River. Now, I know there's a lot of friends of the Verde River because we're all friends of the Verde River, but the actual organization, the Friends of the Verde River, are in the house. We have with us Laura Jones. She's a community engagement coordinator, and we have Ben Kowaleski. He is the Habitat Restoration Coordinator. I love those titles. They're just the best. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You guys have a very exciting event coming up, the Wild and Scenic Film Festival.
Yeah, so we are partnering with Prescott Creeks and the Citizens Water Advisory Group to present the Wild and Scenic Film Festival. It's the 50th anniversary of the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act.
Right.
And so we wanted to do something here in Northern Arizona to celebrate that. So next week, Thursday, we'll be having 2 screenings in Prescott, and then Saturday, the 27th, we'll be having 2 screenings in Camp Verde at the Casino Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as what's involved in the festival, Ben, I know is it a series of short films? Is that how it works?
Yes, there's 13 films that'll be playing. We have one day in Prescott at the Elks Club, and then another one in Camp Verde at the Cliff Castle Casino.
Right, that's nice. So it makes it easy to get to.
Yeah, and they're short films, so they're fun. They're the shortest is 3 minutes, the longest is 28 minutes. Right. And so people will get to see a variety of activities that are going on around the country in an effort to restore and rivers. So it's really fun. See, kind of work that we're doing here on the Verde.
Right. So, are you represented in the films?
We're not represented in the films. So it's curated from films from all around the country. And so we got to pick from literally hundreds of films, ones that we thought were related to the work that we do here in the Verde. So there's things about habitat, there's about flow restoration, just about getting outdoors. There's a film on birds. So there's really a variety of things that are, we think will be an interest to lots of folks.
Oh, I bet. Habitat restoration is a big thing. Everybody talks about that now. You know, it's now become a household term, habitat restoration.
That's good.
Yeah, tell us. So your work is good, yes. Ben. You're doing an awesome job. Tell us about what you do.
I coordinate conservation corps crews and a veterans crew from here in Cottonwood that does habitat restoration work. So we do mostly invasive plant species removal, but we also are going to start working more towards erosion issues, that has to do with sediment in the river. And we do a couple trips every year down into the wild and scenic part of the Verde River, actually, to do some invasive species removal. And then we're also, always doing outreach and trying to engage with landowners to help us get onto their property and do these invasive species removals to help the river and help the ecosystem as a whole.
Right. Now, Laura, the invasive species, right, we've got that snail.
Oh, well, yeah,
and
we've got
grass.
We've got plants, and we have crayfish and snails. Yeah, but
crayfish, huh?
Yeah, the crayfish are not native.
They're in. Oh wow, we got to start eating more crawdads.
Yeah.
How interesting. So you're always busy year round, even though we're coming into winter. That doesn't stop your work at the Friends of the Verde River.
Well, this is our busy time right now. We treat in the winter time. For the plant species, it's the best time to treat. When they're not actively growing, we can cut them down now and treat them while they're going into their dormancy. But then throughout the year, we have a bunch of different projects. We do some bird surveys that happen in the springtime. That takes up a good bit of our time, and then always trying to find funders, donors, things like that, and doing a whole lot of outreach.
Right, that's true. Now, speaking of funding, the Wild and Scenic Film Festival, what are the proceeds of that? Are they going to help you out?
Yeah, it's going to be used for, as I said, Prescott Creek, CWAG, and Friends. So it'll benefit all three of our organizations. And we all do similar work to preserve the river. So in our case, it will go to support our habitat restoration, our community engagement and flow restorations. Prescott Creeks does a huge volunteer event every year, in Watson's Woods, over in Prescott, and CWAG does a lot of community outreach and engagement around preserving particularly the headwaters of the Verde. So they really work on the other side of the mountain to make sure that first initial stretch of the river continues to flow.
Very good, because without that,
it will impact all of us downstream.
That is true. Now tell us about your job as community engagement coordinator. What does that mean?
Oh,
for
I
you?
have the best job.
Yeah.
I do things like the film festival. I help coordinate the Verde Valley Birding and Nature Festival, the Verde River Runoff, which is in March. So I get to do all kinds of different things in the community, and we just had some safe river recreation workshops and a guided canoe paddle. So we really do work to engage people around the river and around wildlife and nature in the valley here in general, which is all tied into the health of the river.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's the mission statement of the Friends of the Verde River?
Oh, you're going to make you're going to make me look that up. The short one is essentially to preserve the river.
Right.
And we do that through three ways, which is habitat restoration, flow, sustaining flows, and promoting community stewardship.
There you go.
So yeah, we want to keep this river flowing for our use, for our generation, and then future generations. So.
And the use of the river, and of course with the communities expanding, that takes a toll on the Verde River. We've got more housing going in, more people recreating on the river, which, they definitely go out and appreciate the beauty of it, but just mere recreating on the river has an impact. What have we seen now that there's this huge upswell in people recreating? Have you noticed anything with that?
What we notice is actually the sections of the river that there are more people recreating on are cleaner than the ones that people are not recreating on, because people are really conscious. So if you're out boating or you're fishing and you see trash, you're going to pick it up. You're going to be really conscious of what's going on around you. So we're actually seeing an improvement in that. And as our river access points along the river are better defined and people know how to find them, we've got better signage and all of that. It means that there are fewer people trespassing on private property, and it's just a better recreation experience for everybody. So the recreation part has really been a real plus for the river.
Hey, that's great to hear, because you wouldn't think that. Now, Ben, as far as the species go, the birds and all that, are they affected by the increase in recreation?
Some of them can be, depending on what species and what time of the year. Some birds, especially in the springtime, need pretty secluded nesting areas. They will end up finding those if they can, but recreation, development's really the big one that impacts our bird and animal species. Recreation's usually pretty good on our species. We don't have a whole lot of like OHV use, which is off-highway vehicles use. Especially along the Verde River, you're not supposed to like drive your quads through there and things like that. That would have a much bigger impact.
Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't do that. But those kind of things, boating, hiking, things like that, most people feel a sense of stewardship when they're doing those things, so they really are active and engaged in promoting and protecting what our organization is doing.
Right.
So they're not out there to mess everything up.
That is true. That is true. There's that common thread amongst us recreators. So if you want to help support, one of the ways you can, there are many ways.
Yes.
If they can't make it to the film festival, they want to donate, verderiver.org.
Yes.
They'll find all kinds of links there. If you want to donate, if you want to help, if you want to get involved, if you want to volunteer, if you want to hang out with Ben, you want to hang out with Laura.
Get
Either
tickets
way,
for the film festival.
Get tickets for the film festival, all on verderiver.org. Again, the film festival is happening Thursday, October 25th from 3:30, and then again at 6:30 at the Elks Theater on Gurley Street in Prescott. Then on Saturday, October 27th, 3:30, and again at 6:30 at the Cliff Castle Casino Hotel in Camp Verde. $15 per screening, or the double feature for $25.
Yeah.
Awesome. It supports 3 great groups, including the Friends of the Verde River. Thank you both for being here. I really appreciate the work that you're doing. I'm a huge fan of the river. So Laura, thank you. Ben, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Check out verderiver.org. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience, so don't go away.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here in front of the wonderful Verde Valley Homeless Coalition Drop-In Center. Brandy new, just opened in August. We have with us the executive director. We have the beautiful and talented Reina. She is the wonderful person who is, you're pretty much the spearhead of this whole project. So congratulations for getting this off the ground. And tell us if you can, verdevalleyhomelesscoalition.org if you want to go to the website. How did that all start for you?
Well, I just happened to be at the meeting where the previous person resigned and nobody was going to take it over, so it was going to fold. And I didn't want to see it fold, and I have a lot of experience with 501c3 organizations, so I thought it was always an advocacy group. But I thought, why not try to make it into a service organization where we actually accomplish things.
Right, okay. What kind of things do you accomplish here at the Dayu Center?
We have a lot of people that come in and use the computers for job searches and housing searches, to filling out job applications online, corresponding with their family and friends. And we have meals here. We have a restaurant, Riot, that delivers a meal once a week. And I have my food handler's license, so I bring in meals sometimes. So And we have puzzles and games and craft things.
Sure, and television.
And television. They like to watch movies.
Yeah, for sure. And comfy chairs, and it's not too warm and it's not too cold.
Right.
So if it's cold outside, it's warm in here. If it's warm outside, it's cold in there.
Yes.
So climate control is huge when you're homeless.
Yeah.
It's such a nice thing to have a place to go.
It really is.
Wow.
They enjoy coming here, being able to relax and be comfortable.
Right. Yeah, that's big for people experiencing homelessness to come and have just a place to be that's safe, that's out of the weather, perhaps a snack, a little entertainment.
Yeah,
you know?
we have snacks going most of the time.
So you've been going since August, so we're only looking at about 2 months here.
Right, but we've had 113 unduplicated different individuals come in for services, for assistance, either with housing or jobs or blankets, or we have socks and we have toiletries and a lot of different services.
Right. Now the services that you provide, where does the money come to bring those in for you? Where do those donations come from?
From the community. We received a $12,000 grant from the city of Cottonwood.
Right.
Building community grant, and that covers our rent for a year.
All right.
So the rest of it, people donate food, they bring supplies in, paper towels, toilet paper.
Nice.
The community is really supporting us, and we need the support
Very good.
of the
bet.
community.
What do you need right now?
Well, I need to get some computer tables because I got 2 more computers donated that are coming next week, and we need a setup for that, and we need snacks, daily foods. We use a lot of ramen noodles they eat, because a lot of people come in hungry.
Yeah, I bet.
So we have peanut butter and jelly going all the time. And
oh, very good. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
And of course the toiletries you're always in need of.
Yes.
Socks probably right now. We're looking at blankets.
Blankets. We need shaving cream, razors, men's deodorant. We have more men than women come in.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. That's really just an amazing thing that you're doing here. Who runs this? Because it can't just be you all day, all the time.
Well,
I know you're here all day, all the time.
It's me, and I have volunteers that work with me.
Very good. You must need more volunteers.
We definitely need more volunteers. We'll be opening soon the 35-degree and below emergency overnight. And we call it an emergency overnight drop-in center. We try to avoid shelter because of the connotations.
Of course.
But we need volunteers for that. We have 2 shifts, 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. I mean 6 p.m. to midnight and midnight to 7 a.m.
Oh, very good.
And we especially need people from the midnight to 7 a.m.
Bet. And you got to stay awake.
It has to be awake.
That's the one thing. Okay, so it sounds like you're in need of a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at snacks, we're looking at toiletries, we're looking at warm items such as blankets, we're looking at volunteers. Shoes.
Men's shoes.
Wow.
Boots.
Yeah.
They're in short supply at the thrift stores.
That's true.
And we have a lot of people that are in need of shoes.
Okay. Now, if someone has any of these things, if they have some items they want to drop off, or they just want to call you or contact you, how do they do that so they can find out what you need at the moment?
They can come to 14 South Main Street, or they can call me at 928-202-1176. And if we need to pick them up, we can pick them up.
Oh, very nice. Very good. And you can go to verdevalleyhomelesscoalition.org. That's the website. Check that out. There's a great contact page on there. There's what's happening. And to see the history, how it started with the overnight below 35-degree shelter. Then it moved to your front door program, which is truly amazing. Great information for you on the website there as well. That helps folks with housing solutions.
Right, and for the homeless seeking housing.
And now here we are in front of the drop-in center.
Yes.
Yeah. Raina, you're amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You're absolutely amazing. I bet your clients really appreciate you.
I know. They move me.
Yeah.
You know, I get touched by. We had one person who was saying goodbye, and he said, "See you tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, see you tomorrow." And he said, "You know, it's so wonderful to come to a place where you feel like you have family." And that just touched my heart.
Yeah, I bet. And that's what you're creating here, a nice family for folks in need.
And it's a family environment, but we're highly structured. Very strict boundaries.
Well, certainly good. You got to do that. So check it out. It's at 14 South Main Street, right here. You got to look at this, the Verde Valley Homeless Coalition. It's an awesome thing. The drop-in center. Raina Avalon, thank you so much for what you're doing here.
You.
Check out verdevalleyhomelesscoalition.org. Don't go away, because we'll be right back with more of the experience.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride!
I was 22, wasn't sure if I was meant for you, but now it's plain to see I need you and you need me.
I was in it for me. I wasn't looking for no company. Now it's plain to see that I need you, and honey, you need me. I need you. 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 Honey, you need me. Without you, without you, without you, without you, without you, not who I'm meant to be. So give me your hand and hold on to mine. Give me your heart and I'll give you mine. Give me your hand and hold on to mine. Oh, give me your love and I'll give you mine.
Yeah, I'll give you mine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, honey. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, honey. I need you. 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 Honey, you need me. Without you. Oh, without you. Without you, without you, without you, not who I'm meant to be. So give me your hand and hold on to mine. Give me your heart and I'll give you mine. Give me your hand and hold on to mine. Honey, give me your love and I'll give you mine. Yeah, I'll give you mine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, honey. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, honey.
All right, that's awesome. Two-hand union, everyone. Thank you so much, Kent and Liza, for being here. It's wonderful to have you in the studio. I love your harmonies. Your vocal harmonies are so delicious and beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You work so well together. It really is lovely to hear that.
We've had a lot of years to fine-tune the harmonies.
Yeah, how many years is that?
Oh gosh, we've been singing together since we met back in the early 2000s. High school choir, probably.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, that's the story everybody loves. It's like the movies. You know, oh, we met in high school. It's so wonderful. We sing, and everybody goes, oh, I want that. You know? So you're living the life a lot of people wish they had, to get up and sing together. And you've got a family as well together.
Yes.
We do.
And is it the musical gene running through down to the smaller ones?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get enough. They both love singing and being a part of it. And they know all of our songs and they sing along. And it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's sweet. So when we have you back, you can bring the smaller members of your,
I think we will.
your group.
They would
but
love
then
it.
you'd have to change it to four-hand union.
I think also they would steal the mic and all of the camera time. Yeah.
Oh, I know. We have to get them their own mic. So that's way too fun. So we have that it's a family thing, and it just works so well for you guys. And you've been incredibly successful. I've seen you play multiple times all over the place. You do the First Friday art walk. You do the farmers markets. You do the art shows up in Flagstaff. I mean, you guys are out there and playing, which is impressive.
Yeah, we try to be as much as possible with two little ones and school and all of the commitments there. But as much as we can, we love it so much to play together and to write together, and I think we'll probably do it until we die.
Well,
so.
there you go. Yeah, well, don't do that anytime soon.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have, congratulations, a brand new EP that's coming out October 30th. Look for it. twohandunion.bandcamp.com. It's going to be there. You can pre-order it right now. Go online right now. October 30th. That's very exciting.
It is.
How does that feel to have that? I mean, just barely a little over a week away, and wow.
Oh gosh, it's been a lot of years in the making.
Yeah.
But we're so excited to share these songs. They're all original songs. It's a 5-song EP, and it's songs that we just feel very strongly about. Love to sing and play. That first one that we played, "I Need You," is one of the tracks on the new EP as well.
Well, excellent. I love that. I love the woo-woos in there. And, you know, it's as a whippoorwill and a train all rolled together, but it's just so great. Folk music is really seeing quite a resurgence. There was a while it kind of became underground, starting in about the 80s. Coming out into the 2000s, it started to come back up. And now it's really getting the light it deserves, folk music. And to see folks doing it so well, and you're writing your own things and you're out there and you're performing, and that's really, you know, enlivening for the rest of us that enjoyed folk music. We kind of closet folk music lovers because it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And now it's because not only is it cool, but it's really welcomed with open arms in the community now. And so you're definitely going to be more sought after as that's seeing it. And why did you choose that genre? Because really when you started singing, granted high school wasn't that long ago for you, I know. But it wasn't, you know, the height of popularity for folk music at that time. Why did that pull on you? Why does your heart say folk music is where it's at?
I think for us it's just, there's so much storytelling that happens in folk music, and that's just part of who we are, because you write what you know and the things that you go through, and so I think that it's an easy way to express that and have an outlet. And so folk music, it's very accepted in that way with the storytelling and people being able to then relate to it, and it's such a relatable genre of music. So I think that's.
It also helps that I play acoustic guitar, so everything is very acoustic driven.
Right.
And we do play some other instruments, but
by we you mean
mainly.
Yes, yeah, I have seen you play another instrument before, a very unusual one, like an antique instrument.
We didn't haul that thing all the way down.
No, you didn't. What is that? That's called?
It's a pump organ actually that we played one time when you saw us live up in Flagstaff. And
Kent can rock a pump organ. It's amazing.
It's portable for its time, but today it's considered
That's true,
pretty heavy.
a little cumbersome for now with all the electronics and things. I do like the old school. I do love when I see a musician with a guitar that's getting worn out.
Yes.
You know, around the sound hole. That's always amazing. Then you know, all right.
Absolutely.
This is not just a thing that you do to make money. This is the thing you do because you love it and you need to express.
That's a lot of years of use there.
Yeah.
And I actually pulled this pick guard off to really get that, you know, full-on Willie Nelson hole in the guitar.
Yeah.
But I knew I had too long of a road to get there, so I stuck a leather pick guard back on.
A leather. Now I have not seen that before. A leather pick guard. Well, that's great. And it's even with just you on the guitar, the two of you with your vocals together create a very full sound. I'm not missing anything when I listen to you. And when I've seen you play live, you're not missing anything. It doesn't sound like, oh, it's just two people singing. You're a complete sound. Cool. So it really works out because of how you manage to harmonize with each other. And that comes from spending a lot of time singing with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're hearing the years of singing together in different forms, and you know, with these new songs on the EP, we've really tried to work out those parts as best we could, and something that we could do live and sound interesting still in a live setting.
Right, and they have great stories. They really do. That's what you say. It is true. Check out, you can go to twohandunion.com. You can go to the website if you want to get on the mailing list. Right? And see where you guys are playing next, see what market you're going to be hitting, where you're going to be playing, and we know you're going to be everywhere. Of course, the EP is coming out on October 30th. We can pre-order that, twohandunion.bandcamp.com, if we want to get on that now. You're going to play another song. Is this one also from the EP? The new one?
Yes.
Excellent. What's the next one called?
It's called Closer.
Nice. Good. You saved the one that makes me cry for last.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. And I'd be going the whole time. So that's great. Now, the new EP that's coming out, self-titled?
It is self-titled, Two Hand Union.
Yep, check out the cover art. It's beautiful. Really nice photography.
Shout out to Jenny Kittredge, who took the album photo.
There you go. Jenny did a great job. So next time we have you on the show, there will be four of you. You'll be a quartet after a duo. We got to get the kids involved. So
absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
I love your music. I'm really happy to have you on the show.
It's been a joy to be here. Thank you, Jen.
Great, and good luck with the EP release. That's super. Check out twohandunion.com. Of course, check out verdevalleytv.com. We really appreciate you, as always, joining us for the Verde Valley Experience. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on our website. Of course, play us over and over again. I know you're going to want to see these guys over and over again. Other than that, I'll see you again next time.
You love away my failure. You love away my fear. You love away my imperfection. You love me as you come closer to me. You love away my anger. You love away my down. You love away my heartache. You love me into you. Closer to you. I come closer to you. As you come closer to me. You and I collide. Leave all I've known behind. As I come running, running with abandon into your arms. Running, I come running with abandon into your arms. Ooh, into your arms. Ooh, closer to you. I come closer to you. As you come closer to me. Oh, closer to you. I come closer to you. As you come closer to me. You and I collide. Leave all I've known behind. As I come running, running with abandon into